It's time to get real with Eddie, here to help you understand the changing real estate market and meet your real estate goals. Licensed since 2001, 2018 Realtor of the Year of Three Rivers, past president of the Three Rivers Association of Realtors, and team lead of the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner. Here's Eddie Ruettiger.
You know what it is?
Oh. What is it, Eddie?
It is birthday month.
Oh, indeed.
I am so excited. Hey, you know what? Let me tell you, I got tons of things I got to adjust here. But yeah, I am excited to be in birthday month. Let me tell you.
What do you do all month?
Whatever I like.
And that's the excuse you use?
Yeah,
it's
pretty much.
Month? Well, see, that's the plus of being born later in the month, because I was born early in the month, and only got a week, and then
I'd still claim birthday month. So do you want to understand the logic behind birthday month?
Go ahead.
The logic behind birthday month is, as a grown adult, I don't usually get it. You don't really have a birthday party every year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might have a birthday party for the big ones, 30, 40, 50, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe a special one. I'm going to fix my camera. I'm going to be fixing stuff all
usually it's cake and ice cream with your kids.
Exactly, because the kid loves to, sing happy birthday, loves to sing happy birthday to anybody. And then he'll blow out candles and, for you and the whole 9 yards.
But so what's your...
So that's the excuse.
Okay.
It's birthday month because you don't get a party as an adult. And life is too short, okay? Especially everything I went through 18 months ago or 19, wherever we're at. I don't know. After going through Guillain-Barré, life is too short. Enjoy the moment. So, honestly, that's birthday month.
It is a good lesson to enjoy the moment.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't understand people like, oh, no, I'm not going to say my age. Why?
Oh, I'm proud of my age.
Yeah.
I've earned it.
You're still alive. You should be.
I have earned every year of this.
It is a lot better than the alternative. Let's be honest.
Yes.
So
truth has never been more clear.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of birthdays, can I make a announcement I'm really excited about?
You have an announcement?
Yes.
What's the announcement?
I'm going to be a grandma again.
You didn't tell me this.
I know. I'm making the announcement.
What?
Yeah, number 7, and it's another girl. 7 granddaughters.
Okay, so who's...
Chooks and Morgan.
Congratulations.
Very excited for them.
Yes.
And Lily and Fee as well. So they're going to be big sisters.
That is awesome.
So, so I'm going to be a grandma again. Number 7.
You just made a comment. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Or no?
Girls rule the world.
Wait, no, that wasn't the comment you said. You made a comment I overheard, and I think you were talking to your daughter going, do you think Morgan's pregnant? I remember you saying that. So, nice instincts, by the way, on that. That was, good. Grandma was right there on that one. So, let's be honest.
Hey, Grandma's all over it.
I want to start. Where was the article? We're going to start with the article you found and sent me. Dun, 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 dun. So, this is from NerdWallet.
I just love NerdWallet. Just going to put a plug in for them because they've got all kinds of good information.
Yeah.
Nerdy information.
Our kind of information.
Yeah. Because I am a nerd. I admit it.
So
share with me, won't you?
Mortgage. Oh, sorry. I'm still getting things rocking and rolling here. Dun, 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 dun. Share NerdWallet. And I realized when I saved this as a PDF, because that's what we do with a lot of our stuff, folks, I skipped the sign in over the name of it. Mortgage rates could continue to drop, if I remember the article correctly.
That's the gist of it anyway.
Yes. So this is published by yesterday. Holden Lewis at NerdWallet. Rates on home loans could be on a gradual downward slope. All right. So what do we got? Go ahead. What do we got?
For all the buyers. May mortgage outlook. Mortgage rates have room to fall in May as the end draws near for this cycle of Federal Reserve rate increases. It's quite possible that this year's mortgage rates already peaked in March. They could gradually drop as unemployment rises, companies become less generous with wage increases, and inflation subsides. So really good news. That's the viewpoint of nerds who think about this stuff all day, so you don't have to. Specifically talking about economic forecasters for Fannie Mae, Mortgage Bankers Association, and National Association of Realtors. All three organizations predict that the average rate on the 30-year fixed will decline for the rest of the year through first quarter of 2024.
Wow.
That's great news for buyers.
I think that's huge news for buyers. Lawrence Yoon chimed in on it also. What did Lawrence Yoon say?
Lawrence Yoon said...
mortgage rates right there at the top.
Oh.
Got it?
Said at year's end, rates unlikely to plummet in May, but they could glide a little lower unless there's a surprising jump in inflation rate, which is always possible. We don't have crystal balls, but not probable. Mortgage rates will probably be lower at the end of May than at the end of April, and they could continue falling through 2024.
I think they're still going to go down even if there is a rise in inflation. Because the fact of the matter is we're getting closer and closer to a normal or an average, I don't know how I'd want to say that, price or a rate. No,
increase?
like a normalized rate. Like the rate is leveled off. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we're getting closer and closer to that. With that being said, that gap that we've talked about, how many times between the 10-year Treasury and where the rate is still at 3%. And it should be about 1.7, 1.8. So there's plenty of room there for rates to go down.
Well, and they're forecasting in April economic and housing outlook, Fannie Mae forecasted a 0.25 percentage point Fed rate increase in May, 0.25% rate cut in the last 3 months of 2023. Given our ongoing expectation for a modest recession and a significant weakening of the labor market, there's talk about recession, and what normally or on average historically happens in a recession is mortgage rates go down. Yeah. So again,
I think that's the mortgage rates do fall during a recession 100% of the time. And this article that you found is really, really spot on, because there's a lot of people out there talking, again, more of a housing crash, an economic crash, as we're looking at what's going on in the market, and I don't understand it. I understand that there's could be a recession, and there probably will be a recession, but one has nothing to do with the other.
Right, and it's the sky is not falling, and
no, the sky's not falling.
All I can figure is clickbait. People want to just get things riled up because they want clicks.
Yes, I would agree with that. People are looking for their clicks online.
Yes.
I also think people are stubborn. And I made this conclusion. This is the conclusion. I am right. And sometimes people will not let it go. I heard that talking about the news, like, one gentleman, I forgot where I saw it on. I don't know if it was online or if it was on TV, but they were talking about how many people predicted that we'd be in recession by now. Now we're close, but GDP came out last quarter, 1.1. Really low, really lackluster performance on a GDP standard. But to have a recession, you need 2 quarters of negative GDP.
Right.
And we don't even have 1 quarter yet. And that was his point, that these individuals out there keep pushing, keep talking, this, and this. We're not even in 1 quarter yet. So revise. Are you going to revise?
No, they double down on
doubling down
incorrect information, and it's okay to say, you know what? with all the indicators we had, I thought this, but you know what? I'm looking at it and it's changed.
So far, we're still moving forward and we're still doing well. And I completely agree. So,
it's okay to be wrong sometimes.
It is okay to be wrong. I mean, there is no concern or reason not to admit, hey, I got it wrong. I get stuff wrong all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Ask my wife. No?
Yeah.
All right.
So I hear.
So you hear. Thanks. No, Eddie, you're always right. What are you talking about? Wait, no. You never get anything wrong.
Oh, never.
All right. Let's kind of transition into that concept that, a recession does not equal a housing crisis. And I thought I had this article pulled for the show, and I was right. So the Fed Reserve explained in their March meeting, the staff's projection at the time of March meeting included a mild recession starting later this year with a recovery over the subsequent 2 years. It's a big word for Eddie. Subsequent. It's just one of those words I get tongue-tied on.
Subsequent?
Yes. I don't know why.
It's a great word.
So, while a recession may be on the horizon, it won't be one for housing market record books like the crash in 2008. What we have to remember is that the recession does not always lead to a housing crash. And we've talked about this online or on air before.
Oh, yeah.
Online too. So, if you're watching it on YouTube or on Facebook, while you're on there, don't forget to hit that subscribe and smash those buttons to follow us and like us all the time. But the recession and pricing. 1980, we went up 6.1%. 1981, we went up 3.5%. These are the last 6 recessions. Well, there's a 7th one in my view, but it's not there on this chart.
What's the 7th one?
The 2001 recession. Because we had 2 quarters. Was it in 2021 or last year in 2002? 2002.
Well, they do talk about 2001 here, so...
They talk about 2021. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. 2021.
Was it 20? Which year do we have the 2 quarters of GDP back? Was it 2021?
I thought it was 2020.
No, we had it
during the whole pandemic.
It was 2022 afterward. No, it was under President Biden, and that was the whole. Well, it's not been called a recession, even though it's 2 quarters of GDP. They have to get their group together. I'm sorry, it was a recession. We had a very mild, very easy recession, and I want to say it was 2022 last year. It was second and third quarter of last year.
Yeah, but there were all the indicators for recession weren't there. That's what was so confusing.
True.
And I think that's maybe why they didn't call it a recession.
True.
Because it definitely was not a standard. Is there such a thing as a standard recession? But, your typical recession.
And that was because of lack of job loss is one of those indicators. Yeah. But that was the same thing
because there was so much job growth.
Yes, same thing in 1991 though. I don't remember a big massive layoff of people, in 1991. And that was counted as a recession. So I think
I'd have to go back and look at the numbers on 91 cuz I truly do not remember.
Oh, I do. I do because I didn't. It's like
as far as jobs and all that stuff, I don't remember what all the numbers were. I
don't know what the numbers were. I just remember because this is when I started getting interested into like following the news and the politics because I was in high school. Mm-hmm. And I kind of remember going through that. I was going into high school as a freshman. Yes, I'm again a nerd. And starting to follow the economic stuff and stuff. I don't know why, but I just got into it. And
because you're a nerd.
I am a nerd. And so that was the first year where we had negative growth. 91, all right, prices did fall 1.9% in 91. Now you think about that. 1991, for those that remember, what happened after 1991? This country went on a bender and tore up pricing all the way up until 2028, basically.
Yeah.
In 2021, or 2001, I'm sorry, there was another recession. All right. That was the dot-com bubble. 91 was I think that was the layoff of savings and loan. Because the savings and loan scandals all happened in 89, and you had a delayed reaction.
It's
91.
all kind of blurry. I was busy having kids and doing all that.
Yeah. So you get into 08, and that's the next recession where there was a loss in prices. Well, 08 was a recession that was caused due to the banking industry. Yeah. It wasn't the real estate industry. It was the banking industry.
Yeah.
That's where the problem was.
But it hit hard.
Oh.
It hit hard.
Hit very hard. I mean, it was... that was a deep. I mean, it was called. People call it the Great Recession for a reason. So there's no doubt why they call it the Great Recession.
And I get that's why when people hear the words recession, they don't think about 1991. They don't think about the 70s. They don't think about they think about 2008.
Yeah, everybody thinks 2008, and they think, oh well, there's a recession coming, so housing prices must fall. And
not the case.
No, it's not the case. Because you look, like I said, these 6, and I'd even say 7, whatever that 02, I would count that as a recession, but prices still went up last year. In 2022. In 2022. So you got 7 recessionary numbers, in my view. Whether you count the 2022 or not, the GDP was negative for 2 quarters. That is historically always been the determination, but I get it. There's other things at play, and they're trying to decide, well, this or that. No, I think it was a recession, and prices still went up. So 91, which I think was savings and loan, I don't remember correctly all of it, because again, I was just getting into it, and it was just in high school.
Yeah.
And then 08. In 08, we all know that was...
Oh, that was...
And that's part of what's going on with the bank buyout, actually. It wasn't a bailout. JP Morgan Chase bought.
They bought.
On Monday.
Yes.
They just bought it. FDIC came in, took them over, bought them up, pretty much making people feel a lot safer when it comes to the industry as a whole and the banking side.
Yes.
So
they didn't play around. They came in, they took control of it, and Chase came in and bought it up. And on we move.
Yeah.
Yes.
Making Chase the largest bank out there now.
That's crazy.
I think it's over $2 trillion, almost $3 trillion in assets now. I mean, it's huge. So, what a recession does mean, really quick, and then we got to get to some numbers here. Mortgage rates historically do fall during a recession. 1980, 4.25. 81 went down 5%, 5 points. 91 went down 2.25. 01, it only went down 0.63.
Yeah.
So, 2008 went down 1.13, and in 2020 it went down 1 point.
Yes.
So, because we were sitting around 4, and it dropped down to that 3. Some people
went under 3. Yeah.
Some people locked in under 3. There was definitely people that were getting some really good deals. Let's be honest. I think this is an average. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And that's from Freddie Mac mortgage. I can't read that. Mortgage for the source.
And you
mortgage
me?
Freddie Mac mortgage specialists.
There you go.
That's what they had that under.
You can't read it. You know I can't.
So all right. I got a new listing in Homer Glen, so guess what?
What?
We're going to talk about Homer Glen's numbers.
Nice.
So, Homer Glen median sales price is $570,000, up 42.9% from last year.
All right then.
Average sales price $629,415, up 32.4%. Percentage of list price received is 95%. That's down 6.1% from 101.2 of last year. Inventory of homes for sale, 19.
down 24%. So if you're looking in Homer Glen, we have a property coming on the market. We're going to talk about it later on the show. But that's some amazing numbers.
That's crazy numbers. Closed sales were 13.
So,
by the way,
which is dead even from last year.
Yep.
No change. They did 13 sales last March, 13 sales this March. Trailing 12, you're looking at average market time 39 days. Average market time for March was 42. So, looking at where we're at, and that inventory of homes of 19 houses.
Not much going on.
No, because they don't have a lot of attached housing either. It's a lot of single family.
Yes.
You look at on the attached, 2 new listings, 5 under contract, 5 closed sales. That's down from the 7 of last year. Median sales price is $368,000 even for an attached house.
Yes.
Duplex, condo, townhouse. Average is $345,796. All right. They're getting 100% of asking price. Even.
Even.
It is down from 1.7 from 101.7 last year. Average market time is 52 days, and inventory of homes for sale at the end was 6. That is a 100% increase, which makes me think there may be new construction there, and that's what that is.
Could be. All it takes is one duplex to be built, and then there's 2 right there. So
exactly. All right, let's take a quick break. When we get back from the break, falling in love with your house. I want to do this because we talked about, was it last week or the week before we were talking about inspections? I don't remember. I want to talk about what the difference is between a home inspection and appraisal.
Okay.
Sounds like an idea. All right, because you were all about inspections last week. So,
True.
All right, keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
The face for radio, the heart for real estate. It's Get Real with Eddie.
Hey, we're on the air. She's over here just rambling on.
I am, and I was looking at my phone. Sorry. La da da, la dee da.
If you want help from Nancy in selling your house, give her a call.
And I promise I won't ramble.
So not true. No, I'm kidding. I'm the rambler, actually. Let's be honest. That's why I'm on radio. All right, what's the best number to reach you at?
My number,
yes.
Non-rambling number, is 815-545-1162.
And what best website to reach you on?
ValleyDreamHomes.com.
VALLEE.
Correct.
For Valley.
Well, just like my name.
Mm-hmm. So, I really liked this article. What is the difference between a home inspection and appraisal?
There's some key differences. Would you like to hear them?
I would. What did Bankrate say?
Bankrate says, in short, while an appraisal helps you understand a home's value, inspections help you understand a home's condition. That is just the perfect way to explain it.
Perfect explanation. And I think people get confused because of FHA. Because they hear, well, there is a health and safety component. There's a health and safety component to every appraisal, whether it's conventional or FHA.
Yes.
A conventional loan is not going to let you buy a house if there is a giant hole in the roof and it's pouring in water.
Right. There is definitely a health and safety issue at that point.
Yes. So, keeping that in mind, you need to understand, what the differences are, I think, more between a conventional and FHA. But the home inspection is literally what gives you the ability to address material defects in the property.
Yes, and there's also something else too. A home inspector is hired by the buyer.
Correct.
An appraisal appraiser is hired by the bank. They're securing their interest in that property.
Buyer still pays for that.
Yes.
Buyer-
But it's the bank wants to know that, be reassured that their investment
Yeah.
is a good one. And that's the purpose for an appraisal. A little bit different.
Little bit different, absolutely, and that's the aspect that you need to understand. It's the check and the balance. I always look at check and balances, and that's what it is. The bank wants to make sure that the buyer and the realtor that I didn't advise you, going back to me being wrong, which doesn't happen, didn't get you to go all in on a property that's not worth it.
Right? That's not worthy or worth it.
Yeah.
Whereas an inspection, an inspector's coming in to look at the condition of that home to make you aware.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you choose to buy it or not is up to you, but it makes you aware of the condition of that home.
One of my favorite compliments that I've gotten for both of us is inspectors coming back to me going, "You guys do a great job of explaining where there could be problems and what we're looking for." So when we go, a great example, I go in and a furnace looks like it's from, 1980. All right, that furnace is old. It's working, but it's old. We don't know if it's defective or not, because you can't, in a home showing, a viewing, you don't get to go in and open up the furnace and look to see if the heat exchanger is cracked and putting CO into the house. First off, I wouldn't know what to look for.
No,
That's
not my job.
Not my job. Not your job, not mine. But we are very good at saying the furnace is older. The water heater is over 10 years old. Average lifespan is 7. Furnace is 17.
Hey, there's a suspicious crack over here. Make sure that we need to make sure the inspector sees this.
There.
The furnace was installed upside down.
You
Let's ask about that. I've had that twice.
Upside down?
Upside down.
I've had them on the sides, but those are specific things. I don't know.
Upside down. Twice.
I didn't know that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever had an upside down furnace.
Twice.
But these are the things that I think sometimes when you're looking to work with an agent, all right, and I say agent loosely because there actually aren't real estate agents in Illinois. It's either broker or managing broker. But still, when you're working with a broker, they should be pointing out possible repair issues. Hey, this looks like there's water coming through, possibly. We need to have that looked at. This may be mold. We need to have that looked at.
The frame around the window is rotting. Look, there's water issues. There's something going on
Something's going on, exactly. And I think that is a big thing that should be done before you even get to the inspections. So...
Well, that's going to help by pointing those things out. That's going to help address your offer and what you're going to offer.
Back on topic, NAR gives an explanation to home appraisal. What does NAR say?
NAR says a home purchase is typically the largest investment someone will make. Absolutely.
Yep.
Protect yourself by getting your investment appraised. An appraiser will observe the property, analyze the data, and report their findings to their client. For the typical home purchase transaction, the lender usually orders the appraisal to assist in the lender's decision to provide funds for a mortgage.
Absolutely.
Truth.
Yeah, it's right on. And again, they are the buyers. It is part of the buyer's check and balance against me as a buyer's agent. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest. I think that's where it is a check and balance to make sure, don't get me wrong. I, as a buyer's agent, want to get the house for as least amount of money as possible for my client.
Right.
If I'm on the selling side, I want to get the most amount of money for my client. And everybody's like, well, you get paid commission. Wouldn't you want to make them? No, I don't want them to spend more. I don't care.
I want to protect my buyer.
That's
what it's about, protecting your buyers.
You're talking $250 for every, maybe $250 in a gross So that's not even what's coming to my pocket. That's what goes to the brokerage. Maybe $250, maybe, for every $10,000 they spend more. No, I don't care about $250. I care that the client is getting what they want, that they're happy. And as I always say, they go tell 10 people they like and 10 people they hate. Oh my God, use the Ruettiger Group. They have your back. That's what I care about. And that's worth more than $1,000 or $10,000 extra in commission.
Oh, absolutely.
So it really puts a different aspect to it. So just expanding on this concept, I want to go a little bit more in detail. So now that's the difference between the appraisal and the home inspection. How would you describe the difference between FHA and conventional appraisals?
An FHA loan is government backed. So their rules are just a little bit different than conventional.
Yeah.
There's a couple of hoops that you have to go through because it's the government rather than a bank. And that's how I explain it.
So one of the things I explain and I put on there too is, because that's what it is. FHA's concept and the government's concept, being that they're backing the loan, is they want you to buy the house and not have to do anything for the first 5 years. That is the main concept of it.
Yes.
And because if you have to do a major repair in the first 5 years, that's where you get that slippery slope aspect. And maybe it's in year 1 or year 2, because that's usually when a problem pops, is right in the beginning. But that's when you don't have the money, and then you put it on a credit card, and then something else goes on a credit card, and then this and this and this, and that slippery
you're
slope.
buying things for your new house, and you're doing this, and you had to pay for a move, and now all of a sudden there's a big major problem.
And now you eventually end up in foreclosure, and that's what they're looking to avoid.
Right. They want you to succeed.
Completely. So with that, they're looking at very specific material issues. I wouldn't say they're necessarily, all of them aren't necessarily defects, depending on what it is, but they kind of are, I would say. So cracked windows. If you got a cracked window or even a broken seal on a window, no joy. It's not happening. That window will have to be replaced. All right. If you have to have a good amount of insulation. If you're short on insulation in the attic, they literally go up and take a picture of the attic. If you have a burner not working, because they take pictures of the stove, all the burners have to work on the stove. If you have any peeling paint.
Peeling paint's a big one.
It's a big one, because the concern is they want to make sure if a child was to come over, no one's eating the paint.
Right.
That is the most easiest, simplest thought on that of it. Carpet's not a big deal. You could have carpet that is so filthy and dirty that it looks like someone was basically murdered on it, but it still should pass FHA. I've very seldom been hit on that.
You cannot have bare, like as in subflooring bare.
I actually think I have.
I couldn't pass with a subfloor, open subfloor.
That could be the difference on the underwriter. This is when we needed a loan officer here today.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that could be the...
We'll have to have a loan officer in and talk a little bit more about...
FHA versus, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe if there's an appraisal out there. Appraising.
I would love to have an appraiser in here. We really need to have an appraiser in here and talk about some of these issues.
I think that would be awesome. So, where conventional, you can get a cracked window through. Bare flooring, you could definitely get through. So, as long as it's only like one room. If it's the whole house, they're going to have an issue.
Yeah.
But if it's like a torn carpet in a room, no big deal.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I got it through on FHA.
That could be.
It was just like one
like
room.
A small bedroom, my kid's bedroom got tore up or whatever. Yeah.
Rotting wood still can be an issue on windows and sashes for conventional, depending on how bad the rot is. They don't care about the appliances working. They just don't.
Yeah.
They don't check insulation levels in the attic. They're looking at the obvious stuff. Guess what? Is it water coming in, from the roof, things like that. Seepage in a basement, that's a hard one for FHA. If there's signs of seepage,
You got an issue.
you've got an issue. You need to look.
Terrible. They'll take a little seepage.
Yeah. All right, let's jump to the new listing.
Tell us about your new listing, Eddie.
You're excited about this listing, aren't you?
I am. It's beautiful.
So we have a luxury property that we are listing in Homer Glen. This is a 6-bedroom, 4.5 bath home over 5,000 square feet, almost 6,000 square feet. What the space? Walkout basement. There is a walkout basement to one patio. You have stone stairs up to the main patio off the sliding glass door in the backyard, which then is also adjacent to the full saltwater pool in the backyard. You have two, not one, but two laundry rooms. One is a ensuite on the main floor, which has its own private bathroom and private living room.
Nice.
One of the master upstairs has its own, bathroom also.
Ensuite.
Yep, ensuite. On the upstairs level, there's 4 bedrooms. And then you got 1 bedroom on the main level, and then you have 1 bedroom in the basement. That's your 6 bedrooms total. So it is a amazing property. It is coming up on the market probably in the next 48 to 72 hours for $1 million. Just gorgeous space. The lot is almost 3/4 of an acre. It's 0.73 on the
Nice.
space. So you still, even with the full pool, you still have tons of space for a yard and things like that. There is a secondary kitchen basically on the lower level. So, and you have a full bath, like I said, a full bath in the basement level. You have a full bath on the main level in that ensuite.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got 2 full baths upstairs.
Now,
giving
is
you
there a half bath for
There's-
guests on that main level?
half bath for the guests on the
Okay.
main level. So just an amazing, beautiful property. Definitely something if this is what you're looking for, if you're looking to be in Homer Glen, because like I said, the lack of inventory in Homer Glen is crazy. So
Yeah,
I
13. I think they have
Yeah.
13 listings.
I
Yeah, it's
don't see this staying on. Let me jump back over to Homer Glen. 19 on single
19.
family. So I don't see this staying on the market very long. So we are already taking showings. Pictures are going to be tomorrow. So if you go looking for this property, you're not going to find it for 48 to 72 hours. I got to get all the pictures done, get it all out, stuff like that. So we're working on that as we speak. But it is 15241 South Nutmeg Avenue in Homer Glen. Give me a call, 815-823-5478. Again, 815-823-5478. Do you want to do the falling in love, or do you want to do the energy efficiency home when we get back from break?
let's fall in love with the house.
All right, falling out of love.
Out of love. I'm sorry.
Out of
fall
love.
out of love with the
Out of
house.
love, yeah.
And then
you're-
we'll talk about
yeah, they're getting
efficiency.
divorced. So keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
Stocks may succeed, stocks may fail. Real estate is always there. It's Get Real with Eddie.
And hopefully that next home is a property in Homer Glen.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is gorgeous. Give me a call, 815-823-5478, or go to the all-new yourdwellings.com. That's yourdwellings.com. I have been working on that site and trying to build that up. Still got a lot to do, but it is up, it is functioning. The search aspects are so much better.
Cool.
So much better than before. So, all right, falling out of love with your house, it may be time to move.
Could be.
All right, so according to the latest home buyer and sellers generational trends report from the National Association of Realtors, the average person has lived in their house for 10 years. We're coming up on that.
It's a while.
How long have you been in your house?
Current home since 2017? 15.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I it's all a blur. 15.
Ours is 14.
Oh.
Because we got married in March, came back from the honeymoon. The wife found it in June, and we closed in June. It was like late May, June. She's like, oh my God, we have to go see this house. We have to go see this house. And I'm like, I knew it was right then and there, just by her reaction. So, and she turned around and it had 8 of the 9 things we were looking for.
That's
Yeah.
good.
3-car garage was one of the things I wanted.
Yeah.
Didn't have the 3-car garage.
But you've got a nice sized garage.
I do.
I mean, it's 2-car, but it's generous.
I need to sell all the old DJ gear that's still sitting there.
Yeah.
So
that would give you some more room.
Anybody wants to buy a massive amount of DJ gear, just give me a call. I have so much sound equipment I need to get rid of because I don't use it. I just want to keep.
Now it's just sitting.
I want to keep I got a powered speaker and some mics I'm going to keep, and that's it. Just because when we do events, I need a PA, and it's. I've invested the money. It's dumb to go buy it again. So, but yeah.
But anyway, average person lives in their house
10 years. A recent survey from Realtor.com finds that people who are considering selling in 2023, 1 in 3 are thinking of moving because their home no longer fits their needs. And according to the same report, NAR, that's consistent with the year's top reasons for selling.
Yeah, a lot can happen in a year, let alone 10. A lot of life gets lived in 10 years.
Seriously. I got married. It's been 9 years. I've gotten married, went on a honeymoon, gone to Disney, I don't know how many times, and I have a kid. In 9 years. We haven't hit 10 yet.
Yeah.
Next
this
year.
is 10 for John and I, and yeah, we've...
How many grandkids have popped up in the 10 years for you?
In 10 years, 3, 4.
3 out of the 6 plus 1 coming.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
That's why we had moved and got a pool and put all that in, because then we could bribe all the children to bring grandchildren.
We have a pool. We have correction. They don't have a pool, folks. They have a giant hot tub. 91 degrees, right?
90.
90.
Unless it's really hot, then we'll turn it down.
To what, 87?
87.
I hit it right on the head. That's awesome.
85's too cold. I won't go in. But 87 on a hot day, yeah.
You know what's funny? Since I was sick with the Guillain-Barré, water is an issue for me. Cold water. Like, we were at a hotel. It's kind of almost painful to be into like a 60 or 65 degree pool.
It's painful to be in an 85 degree pool.
No, I don't know if the nerve damage is that bad.
Okay, well, my nerve damage
is that bad?
Is not damaged, and it's just that bad.
Yeah.
So
it's
painful.
It takes a lot to get in the water. I don't know why water, but like I can go outside and I'm pretty much okay. It's just specifically I noticed the water. So, all right. So reasons for selling. Top reasons were wanting to move closer to friends and family, moving due to retirement, home is too small or too large, change in family situation, which is, let's be honest, divorce most likely part of that.
Or people pass.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Job relocation. So, we're in a strong seller's market. The article goes on to continue to talk about it. And the market value, and if you've got it priced correctly, in a good condition, it's going to sell. And you're going to get topped out.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to happen fast.
It's going to happen fast. So, 38% of recent buyers used money from the sale of their previous home to cover down payment on the next one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good data in this article. There's a lot of good data, and realtors should be really reading this through and looking at targets and looking at situations.
Well, and a lot of sellers get worried because, well, houses cost so much more. Well, but you're getting more for your home. So it's kind of an even swap, if you will. I mean, you know, as far as equity-wise, yes, are you paying more for the next house? But yes, you've gained a lot of equity in the old one. So it's okay. And if you need to move, move.
Yeah.
Move.
Life's too short.
Yeah. I mean,
Hence we have birthday month. I'm just saying, life is too
again,
short.
life is too short.
Yeah. So
Get what you need, get what you want, live life.
all right, we got about 3 minutes here. You may want energy efficient home. Prices have increased. Electricity's up 41.6%.
I did notice that this past winter,
That's-
just saying.
That's energy, not electricity. I'm sorry. That's energy. Price.
Energy.
Electricity is up 13.7. Natural gas is up 30.8. So it doesn't have propane on here, which a lot of people are on propane. Not that many here.
Not that many around
Yeah.
here,
So
but
smart thermostats, energy efficient air conditioners, window installations can save you a lot. of money.
insulated.
Yeah. Get those windows insulated and really get them ready to go to really save yourself some money. And then radiant barriers, even curtains, just a simple curtain can save you a lot of money when it comes to everything.
Heating and cooling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pertaining to the heating and cooling. So, all right. We are ready to rock. I think it's been a good day. I will say with the energy efficiency stuff, be very careful when it comes to solar panels. I think we've talked about that in the past.
Mhm.
I mean, you can get yourself into a contract with these solar panels, and the solar panels could really, really cause you some problems in an aspect where the buyer doesn't want to take it on.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Well, do your research.
Yeah. Get Real with Eddie, 365 days a year, 24/7. Check out the site for any other information on your real estate needs. Protecting your biggest investment.
Thanks for listening to Get Real with Eddie. Eddie Ruettiger is a realtor at Baird Warner in Plainfield, license number 475141896. Managing broker Steve Engel. For more information on your neighborhood, call Eddie at 815-823-5478 or visit yourdwellings.com.